Well, I certainly appreciate your interest in the John Birch Society and allowing me a few minutes of your time to introduce our organization. I'm going to ask you to follow along with me and resist the temptation to page ahead as we cover the various aspects of the organization covered in this brochure. Everything we do in the John Birch Society is based on the idea that people vote and make decisions based on the information they have. It is our job, therefore, to bring the best information to as many people as possible. And here we're looking at the cover, and it says we are the heartbeat of the Americanist cause. Less government, more responsibility, and with God's help, a better world. Don't we all want less government? All that we favor and all that we oppose on an issue-by-issue basis is directed at the ultimate goals of reducing the size and scope of government, restoring citizen duty and responsibility, and building a better world. We think the Constitution was designed to hold the government in check, and the Ten Commandments are the best way to inspire social responsibility. The U.S. government is an experiment in self-rule. If we fail to rule ourselves wisely, we provide our would-be rulers with an excuse to build a tyranny. Who we are. We are concerned Americans. Since 1958, we are men and women of good character, humane conscience, and religious ideals who have worked together to safeguard the Constitution. We believe in the foundation our forefathers built and are dedicated to restoring it. With strong leadership, we work at local, state, and federal levels to educate others on the proper role of government. We stand tall in protecting American independence for future generations. The foundation of the John Birch Society is its members. They consist of citizens from many races, religious beliefs, and national origins. This vast membership works together across the country, creating synergy, resulting in positive change. To bring about less government, more responsibility, and with God's help, a better world, is our mission. By providing leadership, education, and organized volunteer action in accordance with moral and constitutional principles. Here's our structure. Our members are of all races and religions, working in common for a better world. Members are organized into small local chapters, and these chapters are organized into sections of several chapters, all with volunteer leadership. Our professional leadership group is primarily run by the CEO. We have a robust home office and a professional field staff. The field staff are called coordinators. They coordinate the activity of the section leaders and the chapter leaders all over the country. The development staff helps raise the necessary funds needed for us to operate. The entire structure is coordinated nationally, all doing the same thing at the same time, creating concerted action. This in turn creates a national synergy, producing successful campaigns. People talk about working together. Doesn't that imply organization? Our organization is built and stands ready to coordinate the efforts of well-intentioned Americans. How we started. Formed by Robert Welsh in December 1958, the John Birch Society takes its name from World War II Army Captain John Birch, an unsung hero. The organization's overall goal is to educate the American people about their country and its enemies in order to protect our freedom and the nation's independence. Since 1958, the JBS has remained an education and action organization. With organized chapters in all 50 states, the JBS stands firm in its defense of freedom, morality, and the U.S. Constitution. John Birch, our namesake, worked hard to serve God, family, and country. As a solo missionary in China, he brought God's word to remote villages. During World War II, John risked his life to rescue American prisoners and pilots, volunteered for spy missions, and transmitted enemy locations to Allied forces. As a guiding strength to others, he never lost faith. Tragically, he was murdered by Chinese communists 10 days after the war ended. John was only 27. Robert Welsh, a child prodigy, graduated high school at the age of 12 and college at 16. He attended the U.S. Naval Academy and Harvard Law School. Highly educated, Welsh became a successful candy manufacturer, retiring in 1956. Robert Welsh recognized that the U.S. Constitution and our God-given rights were under attack. As a result, In 1958, he created the John Birch Society, uniting citizens to effectively battle those who threaten our freedoms. Today, the John Birch Society is known as the Defender of Freedom, as inspired by the selfless John Birch and established by the determined Robert Welsh. Our success. Most of our successes are rarely reported by the national media, and we do not spend our money tooting our own horn. We spend our time and money on getting the job done, without any reward other than the satisfaction of getting things accomplished. We have more success than the average non-Birch activist realizes, and many take credit for our work because few actually see our work in operation. We have won many victories through the strength of grassroots organizing. We have won due to the cumulative efforts of all of our members and staff, sometimes due to just a few. In some instances, it was one member in the right place at the right time with the right information that led to our success. Here are just a few of our latest successes. We defended the Constitution by blocking and rescinding calls for a constitutional convention. Members did this by educating state legislatures about its dangers and getting them to vote. Just 6 members in Oklahoma were able to stop the NAFTA superhighway by educating one legislator, who then educated his fellow representatives to vote against it. All across America, members defended property rights by stopping Agenda 21 in their local communities. Members in dozens of states have influenced state representatives and senators regarding legislation that promotes the views and goals of the John Birch Society. We've been successful for over 50 years, and we believe our work has set back the socialist timetable by over 40 years. So now let's touch upon some of the main projects we're working on. Each one of them is strategically important for stopping the New World Order in America. JBS action projects are educational campaigns addressing issues that threaten American freedom and independence. Each project provides members with the information and tools so that they can educate themselves and key decision makers in their communities. Our Choose Freedom action projects target specific issues related to preserving freedom and the Constitution. There are also 3 main action projects: Get Us Out of the UN, Support Your Local Police and Keep Them Independent, and Stop the North American Union. By staying focused on select projects, members and supporters deliver a greater impact. Stop the NAU. Our government officials keep finding new ways to entangle our nation in multinational schemes. In 2007, we halted a drive towards creating a U.S., Canada, and Mexico merger. We continue to battle similar initiatives and inappropriately named Free Trade Agenda. Support your local police. The United States is unique in having locally controlled police departments that answer to the people rather than the federal government. A national police force is a hallmark of dictators. It is important that the police work for us rather than Washington politicians. Get us out of the UN. The UN is promoted in the media as the solution to global issues. Clearly, each of its solutions have compromised our independence and deteriorated our nation. Getting out of the UN will restore independence, preserve property rights, and retain our right to keep and bear arms, and much, much more. Our Choose Freedom campaigns focus our educational tools on issues and are designed to provide a means to oppose unconstitutional agendas or promote constitutional solutions to problems we face. We provide the tools and, in some cases, the legislation needed to accomplish such goals as stop the free trade agenda, stop Agenda 21, stop a constitutional convention, stop illegal immigration, stop Obamacare, support morality, restore constitutional money, and stop Common Core. While it is important that our volunteer leadership agree with the entirety of this agenda, a member does not have to agree with every program of the Society. We do not ask and never will expect a member to participate in any agenda item that is contrary to their conscience or beliefs. Educational tools. We have another saying: education is our total strategy and truth our only weapon. Everything we do is in support of this, and our chapters and members organize the means to use this strategy. The John Birch Society offers a variety of educational tools. Many of these tools support our action projects by educating Americans on the founding principles of our great nation, as well as the specific dangers of an ever-growing federal government. As more Americans become informed, we are able to take action and create positive change. The John Birch Society creates tools with outreach in mind. We offer a variety of educational materials which include DVDs, books, booklets, brochures, pamphlets, and article reprints from the New American Magazine. We have distributed over 1 billion pieces of educational tools since our beginning. One of our most recognizable tools is our Overview of America video, which has been seen by millions of Americans. The New American Magazine. Our affiliate magazine provides in-depth coverage on issues important to keeping our nation free and independent. The investigative reports disclose details and facts behind the headlines that other media outlets attempt to hide. The print issue is published twice per month. TheNewAmerican.com publishes thousands of articles, adding new content daily. A minimum of 5 million people read at least one article per year in The New American. There is a core of roughly 1/2 million who read The New American each month. The web and the bulletin. JBS.org and the John Birch Society Monthly Bulletin. These are the two primary means by which leaders keep the membership informed and our activity concerted. You will find the most up-to-date tools and information on our ongoing projects at jbs.org. The monthly bulletin provides members with insights as to which projects are prioritized at certain times. The rationale, planning, and activity suggestions are included to maintain a cohesive and concerted effort across the nation. Literally hundreds of thousands download and link to our websites. We have no idea the second layer of influence we have as a result, but it is in the tens of millions. Many people use our Freedom Index to disseminate the voting records of their congressmen to inform their neighbors and friends of how they vote. Our email alert system plays a vital role in supporting or opposing federal and state legislation. We haven't forgotten the need to educate our children. They are our future. This virtual classroom contains live online classes with a real teacher. All the parents do is monitor the attendance of their children. This is probably the highest academic standard of any K-12 curricula in use today. It is demanding and very rewarding. Once the student becomes challenged and rises to the occasion, parents are astonished at what their child learns. This is not your I see a cat and the ball is red type of primary education. And I understand it is very affordable. Working together. We work together educating our neighbors, our leaders. We affect change in the community. As these leaders fill our halls of government, we improve our leadership there as well. Our program is pre-political. We do not endorse particular candidates. However, we do encourage our members to involve themselves as they wish. Good information is the key to good decisions. Education will yield a political result, whereas an uninformed populace cannot be expected to maintain good leadership. America became great because our government was limited and the people were unshackled. The freedom of individuals working hard to attain personal goals is what makes a nation flourish. Join with us in the John Birch Society. Help us pass along to future generations the liberty that we inherited, and help us restore the liberty past generations enjoyed. Unless we all work together, we will lose this country. The socialists who want to take over this country could care less about what you know. They only care about what you do about it. Come join with us in our proud companionship and in our epic undertaking.